to San Diego, California. We are here at Predator Inc. and they painted my Hummer banana yellow. Look how good shit. Just kidding, it's right there. Willie and Steven came with me. So the plan is we're gonna drive the Hummer, which is done, all the way back to Texas. You ready for that?
Sure. I just be more excited.
17 and a half hours with no doors or windows. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we just drove, we flew over like, we were looking at the dust storm and I think it's 300 miles long by about 100 miles
thick. Is it really?
So that should be.
Yeah, our phones as we were flying over were giving us warnings of dust storms in the area, and they were like, keep your windows rolled up. Don't go outside. And we're like, what about drive through it with no doors?
Yeah.
Is that good? And I was just looking out the window of the plane going, we have to drive through all that desert. There's a lot of desert in between San Diego and Central Texas. All right, now I'm gonna imitate the wind.
I'm gonna imitate the dust. Hey, here I am.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
All right, so for those who don't remember, we've worked on this thing for a while. It's been at Predator. We first got this Hummer from World of Warships, and they wanted to support our range day back in Texas. And they were like, we got a Humvee we can send y'all. And I was like, sweet, a Humvee. And they're like, y'all can shoot it up. They said it doesn't work. And so they sent us this Hummer. We were like, this is not a Humvee. This is a 2006 Hummer H1 Alpha. And so I was like, okay, y'all brought it. We'll shoot it. And we had 100 people get on the firing line and light it up. Light it up! Yeah, it's definitely trash. But I was like, can I keep it? And they were like, sure, yeah, you can keep it. We don't want this shot up Hummer. And I took it home and I was like, I wonder if I could rebuild this. And then I realized I could not rebuild it by myself, but I found someone who could. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I called Ryan up and said, I have this Hummer. And he's like, I know, I've seen the videos already. He had people all pissed off sending messages like, look what this guy did to an H1 Alpha. And I was like,
a lot of people calling up about it.
Mad?
Yeah, they were mad. They were really mad.
So I was like, well, you want to rebuild it? And he was like, no. But I talked him into it. I'm a very persuasive guy.
Yeah,
and
it
Ryan,
took me a few days to be persuaded.
Ryan said, yeah, let's freaking revive this bad boy. And man, you guys have done an incredible job.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
What was,
the opportunity.
Oh, for sure. What was the hardest part?
Honestly, the hardest part was like accepting the job.
Yeah.
It's not so much the work, but like trying to get my head around the concept of like a completely shot up and destroyed Hummer. This thing was done.
Well, and you didn't really want to accept it because you didn't even know what you were going to find once you dug into it. Like who knows?
I mean, it's been a can of worms. Like,
yep.
Every single day there's something new that comes up.
What was still good on the Hummer? What was salvageable?
Not much.
The frame and the body?
Yeah, surprisingly the frame was fine.
Frame had a couple holes, but not in any bad parts.
No. I mean, there are a couple more drain holes on it, but otherwise it wasn't bad.
But like, everything had holes in it. Like, fuel tanks had to totally be redone. One's custom made. I mean, all the interiors ripped up. All the glass was shot up. Actually, the engine wasn't terrible. It just had a couple holes in the head, but we ended up just putting a new engine in anyway, just because that one was kind of shot. Transmission had holes in it. Transfer case probably had holes. I don't remember.
Transfer case was done too.
Yeah. Couple hubs.
Yeah. Yeah, surprising, the geared hubs are all cast steel.
Yep.
And there were a couple that were completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, literally, oh my gosh, we found one geared hub we thought was perfectly fine, and the bullet was perfectly embedded into it, that it looked like it was part of the geared hub, and we're like, we inspected it, it looked good, we put it all back together, put it on the truck, drove it, started leaking out this little hole. We're like, what the heck's going on here? It was a bullet inside the actual geared hub. So we popped it out, and we're like, all right, need a new geared hub. I mean, it needed a lot.
So they've done a ton to this thing, but I think, and Ryan thinks, it's ready for the road. They've put a few hundred miles on it, finding little...
About 550 miles.
550 miles.
So
every time they'd go drive it out, they'd find another little thing that maybe tweaked or something. Found the,
We had it completely done. 550 miles on it. Pulled it in on Friday evening, and we're like, we're done. It's perfect. It's good to go. It's not going to get any better. And then come Monday morning, there's a brake leak, literally brake fluid on the ground from the rear caliper. I don't even know how it started leaking. So I think you have pretty much every single caliper replaced at this
Sweet. So I brought Willie and Steve with me so I could have some buddies in case we do have an issue like that pops up after a few hundred miles going through the desert. So we hopefully can fix it on the road.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's not. If not, we'll hitchhike.
But there is a chance that it might make it without any work. Ryan's done his best, put a bunch of miles on it. He kind of beat it up a little bit too, just to try to make any weak links surface, but you never really know until you really get in these things and drive them for a long time. Dude, what a friggin' beast, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you. It's an amazing truck. I'm really proud of it. It's from what it was before to what it is now, it's like, it's insane.
It is
completely
insane.
different. And you would never imagine this thing was shot up the way it was and completely destroyed. Because nobody would imagine that you could bring that back from the grave. And now it's...
This is a totally totaled, trashed, junk Hummer.
And now it's something you can be proud of.
And now it's something special.
I'm proud of this thing.
Yeah, this thing is awesome.
Yeah.
Whew. So they thought they were done, but then I got here and I was like, hey, do y'all think I could rig up a USB charger? Because we realized we might stop overnight tonight, or we might, if it's not going terribly, we might just drive straight through and drive through the night, which means I'll need something to charge my cameras, my drone, that kind of thing. And I hadn't talked to them about a USB charger yet. So they're rigging us up a couple spots to put USB chargers for cameras, drone, our phone, because we're gonna need navigation the entire way. So didn't want those things dying. So they were nice enough to accommodate, which they've been nice enough to accommodate every single thing I've asked them to do, which has been awesome. I mean, Predator's been so awesome to work with. These guys are the best at what they do. They're the best at working on Hummers for sure. All right, so this is the back seat. I'm a grown adult. There is room for a grown adult, but then we also wanted to put a bench seat in. So Hummers normally are 4-seaters, but there's so much room that we thought it'd be cool to put in a bench seat, which is not great for adults. It's possible, but it'll be perfect for my kids. We have 5 in our family, not 5 kids, 5 people in our family. So now the Hummer is a family vehicle because we can fit everyone. Have a little one sitting back here with a friend. We can take a friend or a dog. Now my entire family fits in the Hummer. I'm such a good family man. Getting a spare tire. I was like, we probably should get a spare just in case. This tire's pretty beefy, but we got a lot of miles. 17 and a half hours of driving. I don't remember what the miles is, but long way. So we got us an old Humvee spare. These things are heavy, so we're gonna just forklift it up here. Strap it on the roof. We have this roof rack on the entire thing, so you can carry a lot of cargo up here. All we're gonna carry is a tire. So there are bullet holes in the roof. As you can see, I mean, this thing, it was over a minute of 100 people firing at it. Got hit with a lot of bullets, but they filled all of them in. So they filled all the roof holes. They left all the side holes, but all the roof holes are filled in, so if it's raining, pouring on us, at least it's not like raining from above. Just the open door will be getting a little wet, but that's cool. That's gonna be a big benefit, that all these roof holes are not just leaking on us all the time. It'll also help it's sitting outside, which won't always have water pouring into it. Good to go. That ain't going nowhere. But if it does, a minivan's getting messed up. USB is done. They're rigging up our rear camera, just making a minor adjustment to it. It's alive. Just realized it's the first time you and I have both heard it running. I've heard it running in videos. He's been texting me videos as they got everything going, but I haven't heard it running in real life. This is awesome. Never had a Duramax. It's my first Duramax. All right, we have USBs in here. Let me turn our lights on. Boom, got a light. We got 2 USBs there, 2 there. We can charge drones and cameras and phones, and we'll be good to go on our long drive ahead. We can just drive straight to Texas, no stopping. And our rearview mirror is actually just a screen that goes to that camera in the back. That's a good shot right there. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, obviously we need that because we're all blacked out back there. They're sorting through some tools to take along the road because we have no idea what to expect. The trip from San Diego to Central Texas is almost 18 hours. It is 1,271 miles. So obviously it's not a great idea when you have a fresh build to go drive it across the country, but we thought it'd be fun and a cool little experiment. If it makes it, amazing. If it doesn't, we'll figure out what's gonna break first, because it is not thoroughly tested. Everything on this thing is new and put together, and they did the best they could. I mean, they drove 550 miles on this thing, and they found every little thing that needed fixing. Like there were some things he had no idea were broken. They looked fine. When they got them out on the road after 100 miles, they were not fine. So it might be there's some things that after 1,000 miles we find out are not fine. I actually did this with a 5-ton. I bought the 5-ton northeast of Atlanta, Georgia, and I drove it all the way home. It was a similar amount of miles, and that thing actually did break down. It broke down in Louisiana. I think it broke down in Baton Rouge, and I was like, man, it seems like it's running out of fuel. And some dude pulls over on the side of the road because he saw my truck with the hood up, and he goes, I used to work on these things in the Army, and he happened to still work on trucks, and he had a service truck with all the tools in it, and so his name was Abel. And me and Abel just start tearing into this thing, and we find a plugged fuel line, and that was all it was. He helped me unplug it, we hooked it back up, thing started up, drove all the way home. So that was like kind of scary, because I was like, a 5-ton, if that thing breaks down, we have to tow that thing? I gotta get an 18-wheeler. This thing is similar, it's pretty big. It's not nearly as big as a 5-ton, but it's still big, and not just any trailer can get this thing loaded up. So we're gonna try our best to make it drive home under its own power. Good night, dude.
I'll see you later. We'll see you in
no,
Texas.
dude, hold on.
See you in Phoenix.
I didn't want to do that.
That's when we switch out.
Yep.
We're just seeing if one person can sleep while the other people drive, so. Can you open it from the inside?
Yeah.
Dang it, how do we lock him in, Ryan?
Yeah, we can do a padlock on that.
Willie talks a lot less when he's locked up in the back of the Hummer. Man, looks even better outside. All right, Ryan.
It's sick, man.
Thanks, man. This thing's
dude.
awesome. Good
I
job.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thanks for taking me up on it. I didn't think anybody could do this. I was like, yeah, maybe it is just gone.
I thought so too for a minute, you know?
It is not gone, though.
It's a beautiful truck.
It is.
It's something to be proud of. I'm proud of it.
Well, for all your Hummer needs, check out Predator.
Let's go.
God.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thanks, dude. This is awesome. All right.
Safe trip.
Thank you. We are hitting the road. Wish us luck. You guys are coming along with us, so I'm wishing you guys luck as well. Hopefully we don't get stranded. Hopefully don't freeze. It's a little chilly. They got their coveralls on.
Ready to be warm,
Look
man.
at your branded coverall. Y'all are legit.
Representing.
All right, we're hitting the road. Giddy up. Are you guys ready for an adventure?
We are. Yes.
Well, you're in luck because we're going on one.
Only question is, can I roll my window up?
Yeah. No. I got child lock. All right, we're freaking doing it.
Here we go.
Thanks for everything.
Hey, call me with anything.
Will
Later,
do.
man. Thank you.
Bro. Just smash it right here out. Yep, see right there.
T-Bone.
Sorry. All right, we're on the road. All right, I'm gonna drive for a little bit, get the feel, and then I'll turn the camera back on.
Let it eat. Dude, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, this is not bad. It's not quiet, but the wind isn't whipping us when we do it. It's doing 60 right now.
Yeah, this thing actually rides really good too. It feels pretty good.
I think this is gonna be an easier ride than the 5-ton ride. That was terrible. This I think is gonna be good. We might be very sunburned and windburned by the end of it. We'll see. That was like 35 miles.
We're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. Only 1,220 left or something. Oh, jeez. Man, this thing is bad to the bone and pretty easy to drive, honestly. Not too bad. Did that come from it? No, it's not. We're fine. We're fine.
Good.
All right, we got 2 tanks. Got to fill them up. We'll see. One is completely empty. One is only has a quarter tank left. So let's see what this costs in California. Oh man, she's thirsty. All right, it cut me off at 125, but I'm gonna put my card back in here and fill her up. All right, 26.96. So about 150 bucks. Plus we had a little bit of fuel already in there, so About 160, 70 bucks a filler, totally up. I'm gonna get some sunscreen. We don't have any doors or windows. All right, Steven's taking it for a spin.
Here we go.
We got her fueled up. We got us some snacks. You ready?
I'm so ready. Once I figure out the cockpit here.
Feel good? Feel confident?
Dude, it does. It feels great.
You look good.
Thanks, man.
I think you need a Hummer. I also took off a bunch of clothes. I had 2 layers of pants. I was just worried it was gonna be freezing, but I forgot we're in California. It's beautiful. It's also just warming up. It was like in the 40s when we first got to Predator. It's a few hours later now, and it's like 70 now, and it feels so good. If it weren't for all the Californians, this state would be awesome. That was good. That was good. Smoking a little bit and our engine temps are getting high. We're gonna pull over and take a look. See what's going on. Okay.
Alrighty then. Let's see what that's all about.
You have some smoke back there.
Yeah, it's still smoking in here at once, like something burning. Look at this.
Oh yeah, something. Smells like I gotta be on fire. There's smoke coming around the parking brake.
Melted wire loom all right there by that exhaust. Yeah.
What is it?
A bunch of melted wire loom right here by the exhaust.
Oh, dang it.
That's a piece of insulation.
That's good. So they have the exhaust wrapped right there, but it's still hot.
Yeah, it's like maybe in the wind that insulation moved around.
Moved. Sweet. That is good. So we're just gonna figure out a way to pull that away from the exhaust pipe. Engine was getting a little hot too, but we were also coming up a big hill for a long ways. So could be why. God, thing looks good. We're just gonna pull it away from the highway a little bit so we can find something to wedge up in between the exhaust pipe and that other stuff to keep it from cooking. She looks good. Yeah, freaking perfect.
That might actually work.
That's perfect. We just left it running this whole time too, and the engine temp came back down. So I think it was just pulling up that big hill. It didn't get crazy hot. It just got hotter than it was getting. But we saw smoke, and with engine temps getting hotter, we were like, oh, that's not good. So I think we're just melting a little bit of plastic next to the exhaust, and we went up a big hill. And I think that was the biggest problem.
Hire somebody out of this tent.
There's a tent right there.
The good thing is we're in California, so we got all this trash out here that we can use for things to
Like,
fix.
he actually said, he's like, we need to find like a beer can or something. I was like, where are we gonna find that? And I was like, oh, they're everywhere. Cool. I need more beer cans. Hiking down the highway, I think I see something shiny over here, so I'm hoping it's a little can, a little piece of aluminum that we can just try to make a little heat shield out of. That's the plan. It looks smaller than I thought, but it's still very shiny. What is it? No, it's just plastic trash, isn't it? Yep, that's not anything. All right, need some cans. Mother Nature shall provide. We got us a Tecate. Are there rattlesnakes in San Diego? I just feel like there are. Probably, right? There's a little coffee can. Oh, it's a keyboard. All right, that's probably got too much plastic on it. I was like, that's a big piece of metal. No, that won't work.
These dudes are wild. People driving by thinking these dudes are wilding out out here, picking through the trash.
Just chilling, you know, getting me some cans. I think that's plastic.
And
All right, we need a little more. I'm gonna go. I saw a bag of trash down here, but I didn't want to look in it if I didn't have to. I'm gonna go look in it. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Look at this giant dude. Dude, Mike's Harder Mango? Heck yeah, dude. Ah, no, I need that. Dr. Pepper can. Check out my haul though. I found this piece of metal and that piece of metal and a bunch of trash. Ugh. So get this Hummer back on the road in no time. All right, I was jokingly talking crap about Californians earlier. I know a lot of Californians that I really like. Dang it, this Dr. Pepper can does not want to go with me. But I will say one thing that is very different than Texas is no one has stopped to see if we're okay. I'm over here walking on the side of the highway collecting trash. We got our hood up over there on the truck. No one stopped me like, y'all good? In Texas, someone would have stopped by now. These guys are just all driving past. That's That's why I love Texas. Basically what we have some wires that fell down really close to the exhaust and some insulation, and that stuff is just sitting on the exhaust, which is all wrapped, but still just hot. So we're gonna he's trying to pull it up, and I just made a little hose clamp. He's gonna try to make some little shields. We're gonna wrap it around the pipes, shield it, and pull those wires up away from the pipes. I think that's all of our issue. But while we're here, World of Warships is sponsoring this whole build, as you guys know, and they've been working with us forever. We've done a lot of cool things with them in the past, so I'm super excited at how this thing turned out and that they wanted, I just pitched them the idea and they thought it was cool, so they want to be a part of it. It's so awesome. So I teamed up with them one more time to bring you guys some really sweet deals. So right now, if you click the link in the description, you can use my code DEMORANCH24 and you will get 7 days premium account time, 1.5 million credits, 500 doubloons, the USS Texas, and a free choice of the Clemson, Phoenix, Wyoming, and Langley after you complete 15 battles. I love learning about history, and even more so American history. World of Warships has a huge fleet of American warships, so not only do you get to have fun playing with all of them, but it's also educational when you're playing it to learn about the American naval fleet. Each warship needs a naval commander to lead it into battle, and they have tons to choose from, including many legendary historical figures as well as some of your favorite fictional ones. Each in-game ship takes an average of 6 months to design from scratch, providing impressive attention to detail and checking off every feature to make sure that it is perfectly accurate and as realistic as you can get. You can battle on more than 40 maps, and there are over 20 ports to choose from. 10 of them are even recreated based on historical harbors and port towns. They even use weather effects to make each battle unique and unpredictable. There's always something new and cool to experience with plenty of new missions, game updates, and events. World of Warships can be played on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and mobile, and has an active community that brings people of all types together. Thanks again to World of Warships for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description and use my invite code DEMORANCH24 to get all of these sweet perks. So the thing that was smoking, it was smoking right by the parking brake release. That's because the parking brake release is like almost next to that heat-wrapped exhaust pipe right there. We're trying to shove some aluminum cans in between it right now. There are also some wires that they were getting a little cooked. We've got those pulled out of the way right now, zip-tied away from it. And I think this thing just blew down with the wind. He's that silver thing. I think I kind of blew down and it's kind of hanging. We're just pulling everything back away from the exhaust pipes. Willie found himself a pry bar. That's a big old thing.
Come on. My can just buckled.
Oh, it bent.
Come on.
I saw it poke out.
I think if I can grab those needle nose pliers, I can.
Here you go, Dad.
Thanks, son. You're a good son. Hold the flashlight.
Oh, yeah. Nothing insulates better than a chelada can.
That's right.
Oh, now it's loose. It's gonna fall out.
Great.
I'm never gonna take this can off. I'm just gonna leave it there. Predator did send us with zip ties and hose clamps and a bucket of tools. So thankfully we were able to do all this on the side of the highway pretty easily. Just needed to find some beer cans. Okay, what do you got on that pipe now?
Well, I got a tall boy.
Yep. Mike's harder.
Yep. I got a Takati light.
Yep. Oh, we got that Twilight book thing. It was metal.
The Twilight Saga metal. That's one that's really holding up a lot of this other. I got a doubled up hose clamp.
Yep.
I got a chunk of Gavin Newsom's wire.
We stole it off a fence.
Yep, that's what I meant, California. Now we got a piece of slick wire we found in the ditch, and then a little bit of stainless wire we found in the ditch. That's what we got holding our 3 cans of...
And then zip tied the rest up.
Yeah, basically roadside trash. And then we zip tied the rest of the harness and stuff up, and that's about what we got.
Okay, now we're gonna keep driving and see if any smoke comes out again.
That's it.
Hey, you know what's crazy? We've been here for what, an hour on the side of the road?
Yeah.
How many people stopped to see if we were all right?
Yeah, really.
Isn't that crazy?
It is, man.
Isn't that wild?
No one has stopped to help us.
No
Zero
one.
people.
And we were walking, looking for stuff like
We're walking.
within
The
They don't
hood's
care.
up. No, not a single person just like even slowed down and said, y'all good? You
Yeah.
need a call?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Let's go back to Texas.
For real.
We just saw a sign that says elevation 4,000 feet. When we started an hour back, the elevation was 11 feet. We were next to the coast. And so that's why this thing got so hot. We pulled straight up for an hour, going uphill 4,000 feet. Air got thinner and we were just going uphill, hauling this 10,000 pound truck the whole way. I'm hoping now that we're kind of leveling out and not going uphill anymore, that we won't have any tip issues. You guys want mattresses? We stopped to get some food, and there's a deli over there, but in here is like a Home Depot, and there's some open mattresses we could get right under that stained ceiling.
Clean and new. I'm gonna just probably get these two things.
5 bowls and some rubber bands.
A couple thousand rubber bands.
We get this fan. Yeah, there's not enough wind in our truck. We got no oil pressure. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, I'm just freezing. I gotta get gloves.
I'm like, dude, we're never gonna make it.
All right.
You good?
Now I'm ready. Ready for the open road. We are out of the mountains and into the desert. And there's gonna be a lot of desert on this trip. I just pulled over. There's a clunking that we keep hearing, and it's increasing in frequency. It seems like it's coming from the transfer case.
Use the transfer case with your hands.
They said the transfer case is very hot right now.
By touching it, we're gonna see if there's fluid in it, if there's metal in the fluid, see if we messed up something.
We didn't have the right Allen wrench, so they hit 2 of them in the hole together. And it's working. Now you're gonna have to get them out and do it again. Oh. That's funny.
There's moisture on that.
Oh God, don't put
It's gonna be warm.
I'm gonna grab a zip tie.
Yeah.
Let's say that it doesn't have any, but okay.
It's dry. There's no fluid in there? No fluid in there.
A couple inches down.
Shit. There's not much fluid in there at least. We just went 150 miles. How's there no fluid in there?
Matthew.
There's not enough fluid
Oh,
for that
shit.
transfer case to function. I don't think it ever had any fluid put in it.
I don't either.
But guess what? We
got a
have
couple
fluid.
quarts.
Yeah,
Let's put her in there.
Oh
Let's
my
see if we can unbreak it.
Trying to find something to make a funnel out of, and they were like, "All right, we have a water bottle. We can make that, but we need something to cut it with. What do we have? What do we have?" And we're just looking at the ground for trash. Like, well, we don't have a knife because we flew here, but we have some glass on the side of the road that we found. Man, there's a lot of trash here. In the middle of nowhere, it's just trash everywhere.
The trash. Here's a broken glass right here.
We got broken glass. We got a lot of non-broken glass. Oh, you found broken glass too. Look at that. So, I don't see signs of a leak, but maybe it was leaking into the transmission. I don't really know. Maybe someone was changing it and forgot to fill back up. I don't know. But it looks, and there might be some in there, but it is not where it should be. And the clunking was getting more and more frequent. And then we touch it and it's very hot. So we're hoping that once it cools down, the clunking goes away and we didn't like actually mess this up. Because we went 150 miles, they put a bunch of miles on it too. So that means there was some lube in there. So we're hoping that we didn't do any permanent damage and this thing's just going to grenade. So we're gonna try to, we do have fluid though. I mean, they sent us with fluid. So we are going to top it off, fill that thing up and get back on the road and see if the clunking goes away. If it doesn't, we're hosed. Like, you have to have that transfer case. All right, we are full on the transfer case. So now we'll start driving, see if our clunking's gone away, and then we'll also see if it starts leaking again or we end up empty again 150 miles down the road. Maybe it leaked out. We didn't see a leak, but maybe it was leaking out somewhere. I don't know.
In the meantime, look at that.
What is that? Oh, that's your tool.
That's our homemade tool.
Oh, genius.
How awesome is that?
Genius. Getting it tight is gonna suck.
It's gonna suck. Like it's at the top. Yeah, that's very, 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 very close to full.
I know it'll run
different.
low, a little low, but all right, cool. Well, see how she does. A little fluid.
God, I hope it doesn't clunk anymore. That clunking was. At first, I was like, "That's just the road." I can feel like it bumping.
Yeah, I agree. I was looking at for you at the road and couldn't see anything either.
And I was like, "But I don't see any bumps of the road." And then it was like, "Kunk," and then it would like come a little faster. Like it was like once every 5 minutes, and then it was once every 2 minutes, and then it was like once every 20 seconds. So we pulled over. All right, back on the road. We are just driving next to the Mexican border right now. Arriba!
All right, we're gonna try something. It's still clunking. We're right outside of Yuma. It's 410. It's 410 to Yuma, guys, not 310. We just talked to Ryan. He said that they will bring us another transfer case. We are like 3 hours away from their shop, which is a bummer for them to have to drive all the way out here. But I mean, I think he's guessing what happened is they put a transmission in, they drove it around, the transmission was overheating, and so they pulled the transmission out during their testing. And doing that, they pulled the transfer case out too, and emptied the fluid most likely, and he thinks someone probably forgot to fill it back up, because there were so many things. I was rushing them, of course. And so Ryan took full responsibility. He said, yeah, I bet you someone just forgot to fill that thing back up, because they already had done it. Then they had to pull everything, take it back apart, and put it back together, and it was multiple guys working on it. And he thinks it might have just got skipped, or at least not filled up all the way. So these guys think maybe if we just take the front drive shaft off and there's less input on it, there's a chain in the transfer case, maybe it won't be binding. So instead of waiting for 3 hours for Ryan to get here with a new transfer case, we're just gonna try pulling the drive shaft off and driving it around and seeing if this thing is still going boom.
It's kind of unloading for a second, you know,
Yeah.
like you feel it skip.
It's just got a thud, and we're worried one of those thuds, if we let it keep going for another 1,000 miles, one of those thuds is gonna come along with an explosion,
Done or no?
and all the gears will be just shot, and we'll be sitting on the road with a dead Hummer. So we're gonna pull the drive shaft, drive around, and see if we can do that, because we really don't want to wait 3 hours. We really want to get as close to Texas as we can. We are at the border of California right now. We almost made it, but this thing keeps thumping. Also, we're right next to the border. That is the wall. That is Mexico on the other side of that wall. Everybody always talks about how Trump wants to build the wall, and everybody's freaking out that we can't build a wall. And all those people freaking out don't know there is a wall here. He's just talking about like completing the wall. Most of the border, especially in places that come close to a highway like this, there's a really big wall. And it was here before Trump. Will it come out?
Look at that.
Yeah, it comes out. Look at that.
Yes.
Let's go see if we've still got some clunking. And if we do,
Spin that yoke,
we'll all just
Steven.
cry together.
All right, now see if you can put the transfer case into two-wheel drive, and maybe we'll be able to see how much slack's in that chain by,
Oh, that's true, yeah.
you know, or maybe four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Still free spinning.
Yeah, we don't got nothing yet.
You're not in four-wheel drive yet.
Oh, it's because.
Put it in HL.
There we go.
So, how much slack is that? I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. It's
we're gonna-
normal.
I think we're gonna be perfectly fine.
Really?
I really do.
You got a feeling?
If that will stay locked, if you put it in drive and this drives forward, I bet you it doesn't make another noise.
If this works when we get to Phoenix, I'm slamming some type of alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey.
And if it doesn't work, we'll just also drink.
Yeah.
We got on the highway and it instantly clunked. We haven't caught a clunk on camera yet. They're totally sporadic and random. But yeah, I think our transfer case I think the chain or something in there it got beat up by getting too hot or not having lube. Really don't want to turn around, but it clunked right off the bat. Now it's not clunking.
Willie's talking to Ryan on the phone. We told him we don't want to. He's already like on the road with a transfer case, and we're like, I don't think it's a transfer case, Ryan. Willie is pretty confident, just based off how transmission, the power goes from transmission into the transfer case, and he says, I don't know anything about this, but he's saying to the back wheels, it's pretty much just a straight shaft. Like there's not a gear to it like there is going up to the front, a gear and a chain and everything. So since we've eliminated the front, he doesn't know what would be slipping and causing that bonking noise in the transfer case. So we're worried, you know, we wait 3 hours for Ryan to get here, and then we put in a transfer case over a couple hours, and then we get back on the road and we are in the exact same position we were in, and we've just burned 5 hours. So now we're like messing around in the back end. We think it actually might be one of the portals in the back that's making the noise. They didn't touch the portals. Those were all original. Well, actually they fixed one. One had a bullet in it. So they're wondering maybe this one that is still kind of making a little more noise, maybe that's it. So we're not gonna get a new portal put on out here on the highway. So the answer there is to just flip and send it, I think. So we're Ryan was super nice. He was saying, yeah, like we'll come help you put that thing in. He had already loaded up his truck. It was heading this way, and we just drove a little bit, and we're like, I don't know if it's that. I think we're just gonna flip and send it with the thumping and see how far we can make it. Back on the road again. We are heading to Yuma, almost out of California. Giddy up, partners. Let her eat. He's scared to let her eat. Oh! That's what I wanted to know. That was a big boom. Don't let her eat ever again. Never let her eat again. Okay, new plan. You can see the sun is going down. We're out here in the desert. Look at this. This is so pretty. We actually just got into Arizona, finally out of California. Things still knocking, and it seems like it's getting more frequent.
I think one of the portal assemblies has a problem. Like the bearing preload is bad, or it's skipping across the pinion or something. But we just don't. As bad as I hate to admit that, we just don't have what it takes to fix it.
Yeah, nope, that's a big deal. So yeah, we thought that it was our transfer case just because it was low on fluid. So we were like, that's probably it. But now the more we mess with it, the more we think it's not. We actually just decided we're gonna send it. We're just gonna send it for home. But to cover our butts, one of their buddies is gonna start driving from home, which is 14 hours for him from where we are right here. He's gonna bring a truck and trailer this way, and we're just gonna try to meet him in the middle. If we break down right now, he'll have to come further. If we can make it 7 hours and he can make it 7 hours, and that's great for him, but that'll guarantee we're not stuck in the middle of nowhere forever. Someone will come save us.
Yeah.
Which is good. So he's on his way. It's, what did we say? It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8:30.
8:30 back home.
8:30 at home.
8:30 back home. He was like getting ready for bed, and these guys called, and he's like, yeah, all right, I'll get in the car and load up the trailer. Let's do it. So he's a good guy. I've never met him, but I like him.
Yeah, he is a good dude.
So we're gonna go and hit the road and see if we can get as close to him as possible to make it way shorter for him, so he doesn't have to drive 14 hours to us and 14 hours back. Try to meet in the middle, but she may explode. Guys, sun is going down. We are heading towards, the goal is to make it to Las Cruces, New Mexico, which will be about 3 a.m. Wish us luck. Right now it's 7 p.m. I'm gonna split it into 2 videos. We're ending right here, and you'll have to wait and see tomorrow what happens. Thanks for watching. Wish me luck. I love you. We'll see you next time. I'm on fire! Oh.
Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mayor.